Hello.
It's good to meet you.
Nice to meet you. What's your name?
My name's Z.
Z.
Yeah.
Z.
Yes.
He doesn't know what that means.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
awkward.
I corrected him.
And you're sitting with each other.
Okay, so
That's not your pronoun. That's your name.
It's my name.
Okay.
My pronouns are she, her.
Oh, great.
So I think I tend to agree with you mostly on the cancel culture stuff.
Right.
In fact, like I was canceled back in April from this guy behind me.
Really?
Yeah, and so
Parker?
over some work stuff. Okay.
Are you serious?
And I'm serious. Yeah.
What did he do to you?
Well, it was
I
about
knew this about him.
It was about microaggression. So, but my
What?
point is that I think that
So this lady runs a leftist organization, and Parker canceled her based on microaggressions. I think that makes Parker king of the hall monitors. Hey everyone, this is Matt Wills with Defining Ethos. Now I got another great clip for you that's debating toxic masculinity. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you like content like this. Oh, it's Parker.
How are you?
Good to see you.
What's your name?
Parker.
Parker, I'm Piers.
I've been on your show, bro.
Yes, I thought I recognized you.
That's gonna bother him. Parker was actually on Pierce's show, and Pierce didn't even recognize him. Oh my gosh, that's gonna bother him.
When was that?
After the Jordan Peterson Jubilee debate.
Yes, that's right, you
Yeah,
did.
he has quoted us as gaytheists on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah.
It's gonna be
How'd you feel
upset
about
about that.
Well, I mean, I think it was ridiculous. I'm literally straight, but
Oh, you're straight?
Yeah.
Okay, well, then I can understand why you'd find that annoying.
I don't find it annoying. I'm just saying it doesn't make sense to use that
He looks bothered by it, just saying.
as an argument. But in
I will
general,
not call you a gaytheist.
okay. In general, the point that
Oh
I
my
would make
God.
here is that toxic masculinity is kind of an overexpression of certain masculine traits that we see in this certain context to be harmful. We're not saying all masculine traits are harmful or it's harmful to be a masculine man. It's certain characteristics that we would
Which
associate with
masculine trait
masculinity.
do you think is harmful?
Yeah, like for example, an overexpression of stoicism, and I think that a lot of red pill people.
What?
Wait, hold up. Let me explain. And I said an overexpression
How
of
can
stoicism.
stoicism ever
Be
ever,
overexpressed?
ever be a bad thing? Explain to me.
Yeah. So again, if you were to specifically hide your feelings and put them underneath, specifically for like say the death of a loved one, I don't think that would be harmful. I mean, positive specifically for you addressing your feelings in that circumstance. I think you should address those feelings, talk about them, express them to loved ones and people that
Sure,
are
but
comfortable. You're comfortable
That
around.
doesn't mean you can't still be stoic.
Well, then what do you mean by stoicism? Because I'm talking about an
Stoicism-
overexpression of keeping down your emotions and not expressing
No,
them,
that's
and
not
like
what stoicism.
actively, positively addressing them.
Stoicism means that when you're dealt a tough blow in life, you're able to reach inside yourself and deal with it in a strong manner, right? Which is a good thing. I always quote to my kids, they can all tell you the speech off by heart. There's a scene in my favorite films were the Rocky movies. The first four were great. The fifth one was a turkey. The sixth one came back called Rocky Balboa. And in it, Rocky's son's in his 20s. He's a spoiled brat. He hates being Rocky's son. He's whining about everything. He's kind of pretty woke, weak, whiny, moaning about his lot in life.
Rub it in.
Telling him, woe is me all the time. So Rocky eventually has it out with his son in the street. And he says, look, life is tough. It will beat you down and it will keep you down if you let it. If you want to win at life, you've got to learn it's not about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit, get back up, and keep moving forward.
No.
That's how winning is done.
No one's
Great
arguing
message.
against that in
Right,
general.
so that's
right?
stoic, but that is
we're
stoic.
saying-
That is stoicism.
So, but you're misunderstanding my argument. I'm saying an overexpression of watering down and not addressing your emotions. I think we both agree that would be a bad expression of your emotions. And oftentimes,
you don't want-
men view it that way because they say if you address your emotions to any
I
degree,
listen-
there's going to be, don't be a man, don't cry, be a man. So
I-
that's an idea of an overexpression of masculinity,
And
and
you
that's
would
Yeah, don't cry. Be a man. I think that that's great advice right there. It's like the more that we deal with our own problems, the less emotional we become when these things come up. And that's part of being a man and dealing with it.
So you would find it objectionable to use the phrase "man up," for example.
in the context in which like someone is having a positive address of their like particular emotions. And in typical, I wouldn't use into like that type of phrase. You'd say maybe you should address your emotions in a more positive way. Maybe you should go to therapy. A lot of people should do that. Like men should go to therapy. It's an important thing that they should do,
Maybe
and that would be
but you
positive
know
for their
what?
life.
I've never been.
What Parker needs here is a group of guy friends. Because guy friends actually know you and they know when you're being out of character and need help. They will keep you on track. They will call you out if you're being unreasonable, and they will help you along the way. That's going to be very beneficial for you, is to have a strong, close-knit group of friends that actually care about you.
We just moved from an incredibly stoic generation, say the World War II generation, who were literally sacrificing their lives for their country, but weren't crying all the time, to an era now.
Wait, why are you associating what I'm saying with
let
crying
me-
all
let
the
me
time or
fi-
being weak?
You're the one
Because
who
that's
mentioned
everyone
crying,
sees
so let me
it.
just explain what I'm talking about. I don't think it suits anybody to encourage a society to constantly be over emotional either.
I'm not.
I think that if you look at the woke world generally, there seems to be a premium on over emoting and not enough of a premium, in my view, of stiff upper lip, pull yourself together and crack on. Because
Give us specifics.
because let me tell you, there are two things you want to worry about in life, really worry about. I say this to my kids: dying and getting a terminal illness. Outside of those two things, everything is surmountable. You can overcome
advice.
anything.
What about if your
But
partner
what you've
cheats
gotta-
on you?
But what you've got, yeah,
Like, does
even
it make
that.
sense? Okay, so there are plenty of examples we can give where people
Yes,
are going to have
but
like
my point is,
legitimate circumstances to cry or be sad.
Here's what I'd rather do. I would rather, honestly, have groups of people like you in the woke world, right, who clearly are struggling with regular life, right?
I'm not struggling with regular
everything's
life.
a calamity. Everything's a problem. Has to be overanalyzed,
No one said
over-dissected,
that.
over-therapized. And I just think you've all got to be given the mental tools to deal with ordinary life. Ordinary life.
We already have them.
Ordinary
I
life.
actually have
Let
gone
me
to
tell you.
therapy to do that.
Ordinary
Have
life.
you?
Yeah, but without going to
Going
therapy
to
all the
therapy.
time.
Wait, what's your solution? What's
For
your solution?
ordinary life.
People, I think at school and colleges, we need to reinforce, this comes back to masculinity with men. We need to reinforce the mental tools required for life.
Such as?
Well, I can tell you when I can chart the absolute descent of this in the wrong way. And I think it began in America, when you started giving kids participation prizes for coming last at sport. Absolute shambles. I mean, whoever thought of that?
How does this have to do with actually like
I'm ex-
men making their emotions better
I'm
off?
explaining.
Is participation trophies. Oh my gosh.
I'm explaining because
How does Parker not get that? I mean, if you were to have a competition and every single person gets a trophy regardless of who wins and who loses, then everyone wins, which means that no one wins. So no one understands the value of working harder to become better to potentially win. So if you have a bunch of people that don't know which direction to go in, they're all aimless. Right? It does not do good for people when they go out into the world if they're used to, oh, well, I just show up and I get results, right? It's like, no, world doesn't work that way.
if young people are conditioned to think that if you come last at something, you get a prize, it is the worst possible preparation for the real world.
So what's the actual
Because,
solution?
Parker,
You're just telling a
Parker,
problem again.
do you
Problem,
want- do
problem,
you-
problem. What's the solution?
Parker, if I could finish my sentence.
Start with the
The
solution.
solution is you just stop talking for a moment.
Parker's
right?
going
How
into
about you
troll
actually
mode
provide a
now.
solution? All you've done is
Parker,
bring about problems.
Parker, I've just given you a solution. I want
That's
more.
not a solution. That's a
Yes,
problem.
you stop participation prizes. You condition kids to deal with the real world when they become adults.
Your fix
Otherwise,
for
when they
men
get
not having the ability to
Stop
address their emotions
talking,
in a
Parker.
positive way is
Parker!
literally
God,
participation
no wonder
trophies not
Jordan
being
Peter's
there.
advantage is so annoying. Look,
Have you been on your own show?
Parker.
You interrupted me the whole time, and now you're just getting the same thing.
Well, because you
You're
never
just
stop talking,
Don't,
like
don't
a
be
robot.
mad. Don't be mad.
Just going into
Parker,
Are you
troll
mad?
mode.
No, I'm trying to finish my sentence.
It's
What
okay.
a child.
Parker, come on, calm down.
my
You're
God.
shaking.
I'm totally
Hey,
calm.
Parker.
I'm not shaking at all.
Parker, you're shaking.
How,
Here's
I'm
my-
not shaking. Why do you
here's
have to
my-
act like I'm?
here's my
Why do you have
point.
to say something delusional
Here's-
to try to deflect away from the fact
Let
that
me explain.
you haven't addressed anything meaningful
Jesus
here?
Christ, Parker. So since 2010, there's a direct correlation of young people who get ever more anxious, ever more depressed, in some cases, tragically, ever more suicidal. And it's been driven by this constant negative dopamine. So partly, I understand why what I call the weak, whiny, woke wastrels are like they are, because they're constantly getting overloaded with negative dopamine, which is making them think the whole world's about to end. In fact, as Steven Pinker has explained in great detail, statistically, this has never been a better time to be alive. There are fewer wars than in recorded history. People are living longer and healthier than in recorded history. There's less child poverty than in recorded history.
Real quickly, that book by Steven Pinker is called Enlightenment Now. It's a really good book.
Water is cleaner than in recorded history, etc., etc., etc. The problem is social media amplifying all the bad stuff going on, making young people think the world's about to end. It's not. So I would like young people to be given the proper tools in their education process to enable them to deal with the real world and make them catastrophize less. I do think in this country, as in my country, young people are over-medicated. I think they go to therapy too much. I think they end up overanalyzing and over self-obsessing. I think it can make them quite narcissistic. It's all me, 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 me.
Thanks for watching, and subscribe to keep up to date with new content.